Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I am back with a belated sneak peek, or you could call it a first to look unboxing from Diamond Art Club. So thanks to Diamond Art Club for sending this over. As you guys may or may not know, there have been some big delays thanks to some unfortunate holdups at customs, and so this was not in on time for me to share with you ahead of last weekend's release. I'm also really sorry to say that this sold out very quickly, and so my hope with this video is not to make you feel really disappointed, but rather to still show you this kit, and if you have it on the way, maybe it's an early peek at what you're going to be getting. Maybe it'll help you decide if you want it to be on your wish list and if you want to sign up for a back in stock notification, or if you just want a happy unboxing. Those are my hopes for this video. I promise I'm not ever trying to rub someone's nose in it. It just came in late. I'm sorry. That said, I will have the link to this exact kit below if you would like to sign up for a back in stock notification. Diamond Art Club has said that they look at those numbers of how many people wishlist a kit, how many people sign up for back in stock notifications, and they've said, I believe, that that informs how quickly and just their process of restocking. So hopefully this one will be back soon. This one is called Snorkel Train. It's by gubufamily, and the cutesy artwork is really what I am drawn to so much this year, and I cannot wait to get a look at this cutie as we open it up. It is going to be a big kit, 88.9 by 65 centimeters, so yeah, large and in charge. It's going to have square drills, so we get lots of detail. 79 colors, including 2 AB and 6 fairy dust. We'll talk about the special drills once we open this up. 93,000 diamonds, and then on the back it has some information about how to diamond paint. If you are newer to the craft, I will also have some beginner videos linked below with some demos and how-tos and all that good stuff. Kit contents, we're going to go through all of that together. At the bottom of the box, they do put a picture and the name of the kit. That way you know what the artwork is if you're like me and have all your kits stacked on top of boxes on top of each other and are looking for a particular kit. You can at least tell just by looking at the end of the box and not by having to pull all the boxes out to take a look. So let's open this up, and I know that you can't grab this one right away, but if you are otherwise shopping at Diamond Art Club's website and looking to make your first purchase and you'd like to save 20%, I do have a discount code you're welcome to use. It is just my name, Katie, K-A-T-I-E, and the number 20. That is an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use it, so also no pressure at all, but thank you if you do. I always appreciate it. Let's take a look at their toolkit, which in my opinion has some nice upgrades from your standard run-of-the-mill diamond painting toolkit. Let me take out all these pieces real quick. So first we've got their twist and pick pen, which is a little bit more ergonomic and has a little bit more to it than your standard diamond painting pen. It actually comes loaded, preloaded with the clear wax, and if you twist it, the wax will start coming out the end like you can see there. If you run out of the wax that's already loaded in there, twist it the opposite direction, it'll come apart and you can load more wax in there. They actually give you more of the clear wax, a fair amount of it. They also give you some of their classic pink heart wax that you could load in, and that also would work for your multi-placer. They put a 4-placer on the other end. It's removable, and they give you a 7-placer you could swap in if you want to try your hand at a slightly bigger multi-placer. So that is the pen. They also give you some baggies. You could store some of your leftover diamonds in those. And then my personal favorite of their toolkit upgrades has to be the tray. I like how much bigger their tray is than your standard basic tray. It's bigger than a deck of cards. I can fit a lot of diamonds in here for multi-placing. I like that it comes with a removable stopper as well as a sliding lid, and it's also stackable. There's little cutouts at the top and bottom. So if you wanted to get a bunch of these, kit up your diamonds into them, you could even put sticker labels on the end. You can do that. So that is their toolkit. Now I'm very curious to see what's our color palette look like and what's our treasure quest card for this one. So we've got a treasure quest card here, which is a pretty and cute collectible. I like the orientation for this particular artwork. It's also part of Diamond Art Club's secondary rewards program. So they have a pretty generous primary rewards program that's points-based and stuff on the website. This is in addition to that. So most kits will come with these treasure quest cards. There's different ranks of cards. This is bronze. That is by far the most common. You're likely to get a bronze card with any kit that you get, but there's also silver, gold, and black, with black being the rarest. And once you get various combinations of the different ranks of cards, there is a redemption code you can scratch off here to get to, and you can redeem them for things like gift cards or even a custom diamond painting. I have a video that walks through that process too. If you're curious, it'll be linked below. On the inside of this envelope, lots of helpful info. You can pause if you are interested. And then there's the original artwork. It's just so cutesy. gubufamily just has these cute little characters, and they look really cute in diamond painting form too. Here's a set of pre-cut sticker labels for our 79 colors. The code you see in the right-hand column is the DMC code. It comes from the DMC brand of floss like in cross stitch. Most diamond painting companies use this color code system. The special drills are going to be at the end. So Z, those will be our 6 fairy dust colors. ABs will be our, obviously, AB colors. I'll also just quickly mention that they will sometimes have 6,000s range colors in their kits. Those are not part of the DMC. Those actually are colors that Diamond Art Club has created to fill gaps in the DMC color code system. There are certain color families that leave a bit to be desired when it comes to the DMC, and so since Diamond Art Club makes all their diamonds in-house, they're able to create colors, which is what they've chosen to do, so they can match the original artwork a bit more closely. So let's take a look at this cutie. Oh my gosh. Here's our pack of diamonds. We'll take a look at this in a bit, but first we've got to get a good look at this canvas. While I am rolling this backwards, since it is bigger, I probably won't be able to fit it all in frame. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you can see the whole canvas in frame. It's so cute. And then here we go. So, sorry for the glare, you guys. This is such a cute canvas. This has something that I enjoy about a lot of my diamond paintings, which is that there are a lot of different little things going on in lots of different parts of the canvas. So when I go to work on it, it's gonna feel like I'm completing something almost every time I finish a canvas, and that makes it more fun to work on, less likely for burnout, because I'm like, oh, these like little things getting finished, whether it's like, you know, a cute little outfit or a little critter or even a plant, you know. Let's talk about features, especially for those of you that are maybe newer to Diamond Art Club and aren't familiar. So we've got their branding up at the top, Do What Makes You Sparkle, Diamond Art Club. The canvas material itself, I actually really like it. It's soft on the back, but more importantly, it's got a nice weight and thickness to it that I like diamond painting on it. I don't really have any complaints about it. It lays flat well. It's good to work with. Then we've got poured glue, and it's pretty sticky. And we've got a clear perforated plastic cover, which if you want to have designated sections to work within, you can totally do that. There's perforated edges here. You can kind of give a tug and it'll split. The lines will help you see where the edges are. Now we have legends at the top left and bottom right. On a bigger canvas like this, I am definitely going to recommend that you make use of the sticker labels. That way, if you're in the middle of the canvas, you don't have to go far to look at a legend every time you're looking for your next color. Here we've got the title, the size, and copyright. This piece is legally licensed, which means Diamond Art Club has gubufamily's permission to use this artwork as a diamond painting and is compensating them as well. And this is going to be the case with all of DAC's pieces. Here we've got their socials and another discount code, and your kit does come with a lifetime warranty. As long as you are the original owner and purchaser of your kit, you're covered under that lifetime warranty, which includes things like if you were to run out of a drill color or run into other issues with your canvas, you can contact customer support and they will take you from there. I am looking up close for symbol clarity, which looks pretty good, as always, and also to see what we're looking at in terms of color blocking versus confetti. So confetti, which we had a lot of down here because we have plants and often greenery equals confetti. Confetti is where you have more color changes in a small area and you're going to be doing more single placing. You'll have that color in your tray for longer and or you'll be changing out the color in your tray more often, and it'll usually take a little bit longer. The opposite of confetti is what we call color blocking. This cloud is a great example of color blocking. Color blocking is where you have a bigger chunk of a color in a small area altogether. So you can grab a multi-placer, you will be getting through that typically faster. You'll have that color in your tray for longer, and yeah, but the nice thing about confetti is that it gives you detail. But color blocking is nice when you want to just be able to kind of keep it moving a little bit. So I would say that there's a decent mix of both in this particular canvas. The plants and stuff at the bottom are a bit more confetti heavy, but then a lot of the train, a lot of the sky in the background has a good amount of color blocking. So yeah, I think this will be something you don't get burned out on, but don't get bored with either. At least that was how it would be for me when it comes to diamond painting. So I like to just measure for posterity. About 89 centimeters that way, listed as 88.9. And then this way we are at 64.5, it's listed as 65. Sorry, my oldest is still up and he just had a big old sneeze, so I was just working around that. Okay, let's talk diamonds, you guys. So here's our color spread. Oh, look at how that ended up in almost like a very deliberate rainbow, almost like a little pastel rainbow up there. That's so pretty. There is a sticker on here that tells you what kit these go with, just in case you store these separate from the canvas. Okay, here's our color spread again, and let's start taking a look. Okay, so these you'll see the just spilled drills everywhere. The DMC code is printed on the bags, but they're not in DMC order. They're roughly in order of weight, or how many diamonds there are of that color. There's obviously multiple bags of certain colors as well. And these are going to be Diamond Art Club square drills, which I personally really do like a lot. I'm working on a square drill kit from them as we speak, and the drills are just easy to work with. I'm not worrying about trash or inconsistent sizes of diamonds. They're just solid quality squares. Here's our first special drill, which is our first of 6 fairy dust. We have Z709. Now, fairy dust diamonds have what looks like a fine glitter coating brushed on the top. It gives it a pearlescent kind of sheen. I call this like a shimmery effect as opposed to ABs, which are very, very sparkly. And so these are going to have a subtler effect when they're on the canvas, but they still do stand out from regular diamonds in my opinion and still enhance the painting. I would probably say that fairy dust are my favorite kind of special drill, especially darker colors like this one. So this is the 792. So we have this deep kind of like purple, almost indigo color, and I feel like these darker colors of fairy dust, the glittery coating, it's just even prettier. So got that fairy dust color. I am going to take you through the canvas and we'll see how many of these special drills we can manage to find, even though I always get nervous when there's a canvas that has this much detail and these many different colors. I always am convinced there's no way I'm going to find where the special drills go. We'll see how it goes with this one. Our next special drill is another fairy dust. This is Z743. It's a yellow. Almost, like not orange yellow, but almost. I would just call it regular yellow. I'll leave you zoomed in because here's our first AB color. Now, these are obviously much more sparkly than fairy dust and regular diamonds too. AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These get their name from the northern lights and have a really sparkly iridescent coating that is going to grab your eye and draw it to the areas it has been charted. And yes, these will stand out more than fairy dust, but absolutely still have a place in the painting. Speaking of fairy dust, here's our next one, Z3817. It's a light blue, almost aqua. And then we have another blue shade. I think this is 5 of 6. I think there's one more AB and one more fairy dust if I'm counting right. So we have this blue fairy dust. I can see a little straggler in there too. And here's our second of 2 ABs, AB 891. It is just a really bright, cheery red color. I think we have one more fairy dust, but I will zoom you back out until we know for sure. Okay. Yeah, this is a colorful one. Oh yeah, I think this is our last one, Z210. So we have a light purple fairy dust. You can definitely see the glitter coating on that one. And I'll just quickly take you through the rest of these colors. Just zooming right along. You can see we're getting into the colors we have smaller amounts of, which, you know, if I'm kitting up into storage containers that have multiple different size options, I actually like this way because if I want to, I can start with just like the smallest ones and fit as many into the smallest containers as I can. and then gradually work my way up to the bigger ones. But yeah, so yeah, just the tiniest amount of these. Okay, give me a moment. I'm gonna take a quick look at the canvas ahead of you and spot where some of these special drills go. I'll be right back. All right, let's see how much of this we can find together. So as a quick reminder, for ABs, we had a blue AB and a red AB. For fairy dust, we had a yellow fairy dust, a green fairy dust, a blue fairy dust, an aqua fairy dust, and dark purple and light purple fairy dust. I think I said that right. So let's start down here. We're going to kind of work our way across the canvas in sections. Down here in the leaves of this plant, do you see this kind of bluish color? That's going to be the blue AB. Then we have bits of the blue fairy dust in a couple of these sections over here, and then some of the dark purple fairy dust. We have the mint fairy dust here. The yellow here is yellow fairy dust. This bright green is all green fairy dust, and you're going to find that to be the case throughout all of these plants. That bright green color is green fairy dust all throughout there. Then as we kind of move along here, this is the dark purple fairy dust in these little dark purple patches. We have some of the blue AB right here. Also this red line, yeah, you can see it pretty clear in the camera. This red line that goes all the way across, that is actually going to be our red AB. Going all the way, anywhere it's poking through the plants, that's our red AB color. This light purple in these little arches, that's our light purple fairy dust specifically. And then this railing right here, there's actually two shades of blue. There's a lighter blue and a darker blue. The darker blue color is the blue fairy dust that we have, not the aqua, but the blue. It's also in some of these railings. It's the darker of those two blue colors. So I'm going to move you this way. We have more of that mint fairy dust right next to the light purple fairy dust here. Little patches of flowers. Again, more of that green fairy dust in the mix here, and blue AB in this blue color that's in the plants here, here, here. So yeah, just a few patches of that blue AB. And then let's kind of move up a little bit. So this is where I admit I'm sure I missed some. So we have our yellow fairy dust and these yellow outlines of the windows. There's like patches of yellow. That's yellow fairy dust. We have, I'm just checking my symbols really quick. Okay, there's a little bit of yellow fairy dust in this patch right here as well. And this dark purple color is the dark purple fairy dust, kind of going around those outlines. Here in this section, the light purple in the snorkel is going to be the light purple fairy dust. There's little patches of it over here at the glasses and in his mouth. And then the brightest yellow color here and at his paws, this is all going to be the yellow fairy dust color. Hopping over into this little section, let's see. This dark color at the bottom of the window is the dark purple fairy dust. Just little lines of it there. This snorkel has some of the light purple fairy dust in it. It looks like that is all for that spot. Moving on up to the top part of this kit. So in this plant, that green you see is going to be the mint fairy dust. It's also in this plant over here. There's also a patch of the red ABs in here too. I had thought originally that the clothing and the animals would really be full of special drills. It turns out that's not really the case. So I'll point out where the special drills are though, because there are some. We have the dark purple fairy dust in this little onesie outfit. We have a little bit of the yellow fairy dust here. And these are like flowers wrapped around these wires here. So there's mint fairy dust in each of these. I feel like when I did a first pass of this, I feel like there's a blue one that I'm missing. It's not the blue fairy dust. We saw the aqua one. Okay, I'll let you know if I spot it. One of the bright yellow colors here is going to be the yellow fairy dust. We have more of the dark purple fairy dust in the mix, and this onesie. This slightly darker yellow color here is yellow fairy dust. The top of his head too, and then the bright green, or it's more of a true green color. Hold on, let me change the glare. Okay, the green down here and the green here is going to be green fairy dust. His little paw there too. More dark purple fairy dust in this outfit as well as the one over there. And then the little, I think, are those like little strawberries? Those are made up of red ABs. And there is a little bit of red AB in the sleeve of the dress. You can see over here too. These are lines of yellow fairy dust, and there's some of the light purple fairy dust in here, and a little bit of the yellow fairy dust right there. So, like I said, caveat that of course I may have missed some of the special drills in this one. I remain kind of convinced that I did, so apologies. I guess maybe consider that a happy surprise when you get your kit if you spot other areas that had special drills that I neglected to point out, but hopefully this still gave you a general idea. So that is a look at Snorkel Train by gubufamily from Diamond Art Club. It was one of the releases from this past weekend and was unfortunately affected by the customs delays, which is why I didn't have it in on time. It just came in today, a couple of days later, but I was still looking forward to sharing this with you and hope that it was fun to get a look at anyway. As a reminder, if this is out of stock whenever you're watching this video and go to look at the listing, which will be linked below, you should be able to sign up for a back in stock notification email and add it to your wish list, which I always recommend doing because DAC uses that info to do and plan restocks. And hopefully you'll be able to get your hands on this one sooner rather than later. I'm crossing everything for you. If you would like, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. What are your first impressions? Did you grab this one for yourself or add it to your wish list for someday? Or did this video change your mind one way or the other? All of the above are wonderful options. I just like hearing your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more from me. It's all diamond painting all the time here, and I would love to have you here. I do how-tos and tutorials. I unbox and review a variety of different companies and also do weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting. Either way though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing very well. Happy crafting, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye guys.